In this video, I will be showing you this HipHop Mania handheld game. This is another knockoff release of Konami's Bemani Pocket series of handheld systems. This handheld game was made by Geospace in 1999 and it appears it was only sold in Europe. I find it interesting that they named this HipHop Mania, as that is the same name as Konami's US localized Beatmania arcade cabinets between 1997 and 1999. I'm not sure if there were any legal issues concerning this, but since the handheld was sold in Europe and the arcade machine was sold in the US, maybe there were no issues. The front of the packaging mentions playing up to 20 musical keys, but I don't understand what this means exactly. Maybe it's multiplying the number of songs, which is 4, by the number of keys, which is 5, excluding the scratch. It also mentions the 4 styles of music you can play, which are funky dance, drummers, cool hip hop, and ballad. It also mentions you can play 3 different games with multiple players. This is somewhat misleading as only 2 of those 3 game modes are playable. One of them is autoplay. And the multiplayer aspect it mentions is just handing the system off to another player to play single player on. On the back, it is more of the same, going over the different game modes and music styles, as well as a paragraph of text that is somewhat hard to read. The font choice is not the greatest, as the letter S is a little hard to read, and the exclamation point is upside down, so I kept thinking it was a lowercase I. They also spell the word the with an A instead of an E, but they only do it 4 out of the 6 times it appears for some reason. The how to play section is what you would expect. It explains the notes drop down, you hit them when they reach the line, and this increases your score and performance meter. Opening the instruction manual, on the very first line you see the misspelling of the word instruction, so we immediately see some lack of quality control. The front page goes over the different game modes, which are normal, which lets you play each song in order as long as you pass the one before, free play mode, which lets you choose any of the songs to play, and autoplay mode, which will play the song automatically without any input. I see no reason to play normal, as you already have every song available in free play mode, and aren't forced to play other songs to get to the one you want to play. Under the keys function section, we see what all of the buttons do and what everything on the screen represents. Everything here is pretty much exactly the same as a normal Bemani Pocket handheld, except the performance meter or groove gauge shows musical notes instead of a solid black line, and there is a score above the animation screen. On the second page, it goes over some basic how to play instructions, as well as a full breakdown of how scores are calculated. Cools multiplied by 1000 plus goods multiplied by 100 plus a small amount depending on what song is played. Bads and poors give 0 points. The design of the handheld itself tries to look like the original Beatmania Pocket handheld. One big difference with this handheld is this one uses AA batteries. All other handhelds I have seen use either LR44 or AAA batteries, so this handheld is slightly thicker than the other ones. There are large fake speakers on the sides of the display, and there is a lack of a lanyard or keychain loop. There are no blinking lights on the front of this handheld like all the Bemani Pockets have. The buttons feel very stiff and there isn't that much travel on them. One thing I do like is the speaker placement. The Bemani Pockets have a speaker on the rear of the device, but this handheld has the speaker on the front, and of all places it's located under the turntable. The turntable has gaps in it to allow the sound through. This speaker is pretty loud too compared to the Bemani Pocket speakers, and it's directed right at you instead of away from you. I do wish there was a volume setting though, because the only way to turn the volume down is to cover the turntable with your thumb while playing. The handheld does have a headphone port on the left, but the sound output is extremely loud, and again there is no way to adjust the audio levels. I would only recommend using the headphone port if you have speakers or headphones with an adjustable volume dial. While it does work with the headphones I tested it with, when I tried to use this port for capturing light-out audio, it did not cooperate at all. I had to use the same method I did with the DJ Chaos video, where I opened up the system, attached some alligator clips to the speaker, and the other end to an audio extender that had a headphone port attached to it. Navigating the menus in-game are exactly the same as a Bemani Pocket, using the select keys or the turntable to move left and right, and the start button to select an option. This handheld is also unique in that the 4 songs have no difficulties listed, but they are all pretty easy in terms of difficulty. I'm going to play all 4 songs on autoplay so you can see what each song is like in full. I will say that some of these are not that good. They couldn't even bother syncing the loop of the backing track for some of these songs. Hopefully you have a good understanding of how the HipHop Mania plays after watching this video. If you have any questions I haven't answered, please leave them in the comments section and I will try my best to answer them. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.